You are listening to episode 63 of the Let's Go Comic Show. On this episode, we talk about Luke Cage Season 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Batman 50, and a whole ton of them floppy comics. This is episode 63 of the Let's Go Comic Show. My name is Justin.
And I'm Matt.
And we are excited to talk about comics, everything about comics in the world of comics, movies, TVs, comics, and comics.
Did we mention comics?
And comics, even those Bazooka Joe comics with the old bubblegum. We'll read about those. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
why not?
Hey, Bazooka Joe, you like doing things? Sure. Those are like the dumbest comics.
Oh, that's the assumption that's how they sound.
That's basically they all sound like little kids from the 50s. Hey.
I actually assumed it was the opposite. They all had really deep baritone voices.
Yo, Bazooka Joe. What are you doing, Bazooka Joe?
I'm gonna go cause some havoc in the neighborhood. Want some gum? Jokes.
Did we ever see a comic with him with an actual bazooka? Why did he get that name?
I don't know, dude. That would have been cool if he had a
wondered
bazooka.
That sounds like a gritty Jim Lee remake that
Bazooka
needs
Joe.
to happen. Bazooka Joe.
Starring Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson is Bazooka Joe. What?
He actually has a bazooka for an arm.
No, the bazooka is actually Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is the bazooka. He just carries him around.
And The Rock is Joe.
He's all.
They'll make that after Street Sharks.
Oh gosh, Street Shark. No. Bazooka Joe. That Bazooka Joe needs to be a movie, dude.
But he needs to have an actual bazooka. That's the thing.
That'd be amazing. That'd be
no,
such
it needs
fun.
to be because you know how they did Scoopy Apocalypse and that weird Flintstones comic and Future Quest and some of those.
Mm-hmm.
They did a Jetsons one too,
Yeah.
I think. Let's do a Bazooka Joe one. Why not?
I'm down, dude.
Have Jim Lee redesign it. Lots of buckles and straps. And stuff.
Bazooka Joe has he must have been in some kind of combat because he has an eye patch.
Maybe that's where the bazooka comes from.
Maybe the bazooka shot him in the eye.
I was going to say the bazooka is in his eye.
Oh, maybe he lifts the patch up and it shoots out a missile. It's like, hey, what are you doing, Bazooka Joe? He just walks
like
around.
A good time.
He walks around, little T-shirt that says Bazooka on it.
Bazooka.
All right. Anyways,
Hey,
Bazooka
where are you
Joe.
from? I'm from Bazooka, Missouri.
Hey, Bazooka, Missouri. Hey, how you doing? You want a sandwich? That's what we do here. In New Jersey.
You sound Missouri, New Jersey.
Oh, did you say Missouri?
I did.
Oh, I thought you said Jersey.
That makes that accent even better.
I was in
Hey, I'm from
Missouri.
Missouri.
Hey, yo, I came from, Jersey. Came down to Missouri.
Who wants a sandwich? I still do sandwiches. Anyways.
Good to be back, man.
It is good to be back. We did have our little 4th of July episode last week with the Captain America, the First Avenger commentary. If you listened to it, cool. If you didn't, it's great to listen to while you're watching the movie, but not while you're driving.
Yep.
Or unless you have that movie memorized. But
You could say the dialogue and all of the awkward silences.
yeah, I know. There was points where I really have nothing to say about this part because it was such a good movie. So anyways, Speaking of movies, but before we even speak about movies, Matt, we got to rate stuff. How do we rate stuff on this show, dude?
Good catch.
Good catch.
We use the Let's Go rating system.
Yeah, and what is that?
That ranges from the bottom, which is a don't go, to the top, which is a gotta go.
Oh, wow.
And everything in between.
Yes, which
Boom.
would be a let's go and then a go.
Yeah.
Down to
There's not
don't
a
go.
lot in between, but there's
So
things.
to anyone who's new
I was trying
listening
to
to
be
the
a little
show,
more
you're very
mysterious.
confused.
I apologize. So the best we give is gotta go. Under that is a let's go. Beneath that is a go.
Yep.
And toward the bottom there is a don't go.
Don't go. And if it's the worst thing ever, it's trash juice.
Yeah. We're all about opinions on this show. Primarily Justin in my opinion. And that's
Yes.
that's how we give our opinions in that format.
There you go. Please write us. Please write in. Let's go comic show @gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts. So anyways, we'll just jump into some news. So yesterday it was announced, actually, finally confirmed that the Joker movie with our good buddy and friend
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Joaquin Phoenix.
Thanks, Joaquin.
Yeah, is actually going to go into production, and pretty interesting, man.
Yeah,
it's
supposedly
officially
this fall.
Joker origin. Interesting because it's not connected to the already established DC universe. It's going to be its own thing. It's a one-off. It's an origin, and yeah, man. What are your thoughts on it?
As always, I'm of a few minds about it, and that's primarily because if you've heard us talk about Suicide Squad, other than the fact that it's award-winning, Academy Award winner,
Suicide Squid.
Suicide Squid.
Yes.
The Joker was actually one of my least favorite parts of that. So the idea of a different take on the Joker is fine, but on the other side of that, I don't know, man. I just don't care about having a story like this.
Yeah.
For a few reasons. Biggest one being, I think the Joker is one of the characters that doesn't need, an origin story.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I think he's one of the ones, like, once you explain, like, kind of that mystique, like, then I think he loses something to his character.
Yeah.
So I've liked, you think about, like, the Heath Ledger take, how he has, like, he retells that story multiple times and it's different every time. I think that's part of, the appeal of the Joker, is you don't really know exactly, even though we have, some things like The Man Who Laughs and Killing Joke and a few things like that, like, yeah. None of those are definitive, those, because you still, even in those, you're like, well, was that the truth?
Well, Killing Joke's kind of definitive, like, it's the one that you kind of lean on, like. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Speaking of which, it's 10 years of The Dark Knight.
What?
Right?
Wow,
it's crazy.
What a great movie!
Except the end's a little long, but we can show that. Anyways,
spoilers.
The ending's kind of long there.
They should not have killed Two-Face.
So here's where I'm at with this. It's not a movie I'm asking for or wanting, but I'm going to see it, and I'm mildly interested because I like Joaquin Phoenix. I like that it's going to be this like low budget type of deal. It's not like this $300 million like comic book movie they're making. It's $50 million is the budget. $55 million range.
Joaquin Phoenix isn't just a talented actor, but he's an actor that kind of like disappears into whatever role he takes.
Yeah. So I'm curious on where he's going to go.
I thought Jared Leto was kind of like that too, and I didn't care for it. So
I'm not sure. I'm down to see Jared Leto do it again, but I'm hoping he does something a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, and they cut the crap, and they cut the crap out of it. So who knows? Maybe there's a little more.
Maybe there was amazing stuff in there
that we just didn't see, but
that made all of the weird, creepy breathing and stuff a little more tolerable.
So Todd Phillips is directing this. He did the Hangover movies. So right there, I'm like, it's more interesting
weird
to me. Like the first Hangover is great. The other ones, I don't know. Like, all right, but
if you love The Hangover, you're gonna love this low budget, dark, gritty Joker origin.
Yeah. So he is directing and he co-wrote the script, and the studio is describing it as an exploration of a man disregarded by society that is not only a gritty character study but also a broader cautionary tale. And so, interested. It's supposed to be set in the 80s too, so it kind of has this like
interesting,
like they're like comparing it to like Mean Streets, like Martin Scorsese, who was originally attached to produce, but he's no longer
interesting. All right.
a producer on this movie. So we'll see. I don't know, man.
This is filed under wait and see for me.
Yeah.
So
as of, if I'm going to rate my enthusiasm for it, it's a go. It's like I want to see it. I'm not. This isn't what I'm going to be like. Oh, I can't wait for this movie to come out.
It's a don't go for me, man. I'm
really
just not interested.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that just pushes it to the.
Wow. True stories from Matt Ritchie right here. All right, hot takes.
Take a stand here.
You can take a stand. Okay. Well, I'll go watch it without you when it comes out. Whenever it comes out, man.
I'm not saying I won't see it. I'm just rating my enthusiasm. My enthusiasm is I don't care.
There you go. Wow. All right, dude. All right. So let's cross the street a little bit over to the DC Universe movies that are coming out.
Okay.
That are connected. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? We don't even know if this is connected. So
what's going on.
Today we got to see our first official look that was released by Warner Brothers via Entertainment Weekly of Shazam. Drinking a soda pop.
Drinking a Coke with his buddy Freddie.
Looks like Freddie Freeman. So, what was your thoughts? Because that was your first time seeing the suit. You've been avoiding all of the...
Yeah, I've been avoiding stuff. I mean, other than the other one we saw a few weeks ago with him drinking the Slurpee or whatever.
Yeah, that wasn't officially released. That was a picture of a picture at a trade show.
Nice.
So...
no, but I like it. I think
Yeah.
the costume looks great. I think there's already, even in that unofficial one and this, there's this really fun playfulness present already that I think is pretty essential to that character. Yeah, and the fact that he's like just like drinking a Coke and he's holding on to like the 12 pack or whatever too, right?
Dude, that thing looks like a 24 pack of cola, dude.
Yeah, and so I mean, just thinking about that, like I think it is gonna feel like big, as far as like, I mean, the title of the movie, big.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna feel like that kind of movie, which I'm totally here for. I think it's good. I think you can tell it's fake muscles, but
I don't think you can tell. Like in this
fine.
shot, it doesn't look fake to me. It looks
But I feel like
pretty
he's
good.
supposed to be exaggerated though. Like I'm okay with it not looking like, oh, that doesn't look completely
I don't have an
natural.
issue with it, is what I think.
Yeah, same.
So,
How about you?
I'm excited for this, dude. I'm like, gotta go on this whole thing. I like Shazam. I like Zachary Levi. I feel like
Yeah,
post Chuck, he's kind of floated around here and there. I mean, he's done voices for Disney stuff. Like, I think he's in Tangled and stuff.
he was in Thor 2 and Thor 3 as well.
Yeah, he took over the role of, what's his name? Some guy.
Yeah,
Mustachey
blonde
guy.
mustache guy.
Yeah, so nothing. I mean, I don't know. That's not a role I'm like, oh man, he was amazing in it. He just did what he had to do, you know. But this looks like it's suited for Zachary Levi, and he's a nice guy. If you've read interviews with this guy, he's a good dude. So I have no complaints except that, and my friend Ryan has said the same thing. The soda he's carrying should have been soda cola, and that is it.
Should have been what?
Soda cola. That's the number one soda in the DC universe. If you
Sorry,
watch,
man.
bro.
I didn't realize that.
You go and you get soda cola at a Big Belly Burger. And that's all I'm saying.
Oh, Big Belly
If you
Burger.
go to Big Belly Burger, you get a soda cola. Or you can go to the Batman restaurant that Tom King created. But yeah, I like it. The suit looks good. The texture on it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like you said, like the tone. I think they've nailed the tone of this. Like with the images we've seen, like that soda pop one he's drinking, and then this deal right here looks good. The cape looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see it, dude. I'm hoping we get a good trailer next week.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So
Comic-Con. San
Comic-Con.
Diego
Give us some good stuff. Give us some good DC stuff. So yeah, Shazam. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a gotta go on my excitement level for Shazam.
I'm back with you, dude. I'm not going to disagree on this one. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm really, really stoked. It's a character I think when he's done well is just he's a beloved character for a reason.
Yeah. I hope like kids love it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping. I showed my kids this morning and they were like, "Oh, Dad, it's Shazam." And then they're just like, "Why is he talking to that kid?" Like they don't understand his full concept yet because he's not in a whole bunch of shows. I think he's been on Justice League.
Young Justice, he was pretty great on that too. You had
they haven't seen all of Young Justice. They've only seen bits and pieces. They haven't.
Not the first season. He's in the first season a decent amount.
Yeah, but they haven't seen it all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just thought it was a little.
What are you doing with you?
I thought it was a little too over the.
It was pretty
I
intense.
thought it was
at
too
times,
mature
sure.
for him.
It was pretty intense at times, dude. I'll give you that. But yeah, I think it's cool, and I think it's another one of those things where I'm in this. My two oldest kids, my sons, are both at pretty good ages for getting into these characters and being more interested in them. It's funny, dude. So we got a copy of Injustice 2 finally, like a few weeks ago. And my oldest has been playing that a lot. And I took him with me to the comic book shop last week on the 4th. And he was like, "Dad, I want to look at the books. Like, I want to find like a Blue Beetle story. Like,
oh,
is
nice.
there a Blue Beetle story that I can read?" Like, he was like totally stoked.
You're all
because,
sorry.
like,
All those
that's
Blue
his
Beetle
favorite-
comics have been
Sorry,
terrible.
man. Nothing. But hey, let's look over here. No, but it was like good. And then,
Getting real
what
cheap,
was cool
actually.
is we ended up. There was a new issue of Scooby-Doo
Team Up. Yeah.
with the Justice Society.
Oh, cool.
And so he was looking at it, he was like, "Oh, Dr. Fate, Black Canary." He like knew who these people were because of the video game, and that made my nerdy dad heart like
Such a good
so
dad.
happy. Because it's not just like he's consuming one type of media that I think video games can be seen as really passive and stuff like and not really growing you or anything like that, but see that as like a gateway into him being more familiar with these DC characters.
Heck yeah, and those are not like top tier. You know?
Yeah, and he's not like asking me about Superman stories and Batman stories. He was like, "Oh, Dad, Blue Beetle's my favorite. Like, are there any stories like that I can read of him?" And so I'm like, "That's a cool thing to try to figure out together." And that's like a new era for us. Like, I've never had that before. I've always been like, "Hey, want comics?" And he's like, "Eh."
Yeah.
So it's been a cool like thing this last week or two.
Dude, total side note, like, you should just get him a trade, man. I got Asher a Teen Titans Go trade. It wasn't based on the current Teen Titans Go cartoon. It was based on the old cartoon. They made like they had like a show for I don't know, a couple comics for that. So I got him that, and he's just like, he's like devouring it. So comics are cool, man. Kids will read them. They'll get. I think that's kind of this fun like idea of like he literally goes in his bed, like the classic trope of a kid reading like on his bed with his flashlight. He'll do that. He'll read it.
Yeah.
And, like.
Same with Costello. So he'll do that.
It's so fun. All right.
That's really cool.
Where were we at again? We're just talking about Shazam.
I'm excited for my kids to potentially see this. Like,
potentially. I don't know yet, man.
Who knows, man? We'll see.
It's all rated R. He's like, I'll show you my Shazam. No. So yeah, I'm excited for Shazam. So all right, Shazam. I keep wanting to say Shazam. I'm hoping at one point I'll get zapped with lightning and become a grown man. Shazam!
We also found out that I'm trying to remember. Is it Jimon Hansu?
Is the wizard
is playing the wizard?
Yeah,
Shazam.
I hope
that.
Pretty
cool.
I hope that
Do we know if Black Adam is going to be a part of it or not?
No, they said he's not. Remember, like when The Rock, there was this thing about a year ago.
I feel like they've gone back and forth on it.
There was a year ago, The Rock, they had this big news. The Rock met with Jeff Johns in DC Comics and all this other stuff, and they had these meetings, and they're like, The Rock will not be in Shazam, but he will be in the Black Adam movie, which will be after Shazam comes out. Right. And then you're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. So they keep like hinting at it's going to be The Rock versus Superman or something. Dude, to be honest, right now, I don't know. I don't know about anything.
Who knows? I'm hopeful. I mean,
I don't even care. I don't care.
We wanted more clarity last year.
Dude, it's been 20.
Remember at Comic-Con last year, where we were like, man, maybe they'll get more clarity. They had all those title cards, and that was it.
And nothing's happened.
And nothing has
Wonder
happened
Woman
since.
2 is happening. That's about it.
And Aquaman.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll finally get we're supposed to get an Aquaman
trailer. We'll probably get Aquaman trailer. We'll get a Shazam trailer, and we'll get...
Probably some Captain Marvel footage. Maybe not a trailer.
No, we'll get Shazam trailer.
I'm saying Captain Marvel. Not Shazam. Sorry, Captain Marvel.
Oh, you're talking about Marvel. I wasn't talking about Marvel. No, Marvel ain't going to be there, dude.
Oh, they're not going to be there?
They're not there.
Wow.
They do their own thing, dude. They're like, we're just going to do our stuff at
at D23.
D23 or those little Marvel deals they do in Hollywood. So I'm thinking we'll get a little bit of Wonder Woman 2 footage, though. I think DC's going to do something, but I don't think they're going to be like, here's all the movies we're making. I think they're going to say, here's Shazam, here's Aquaman, Wonder Woman 2's coming out. And then everyone's been like rumoring Henry Cavill's going to come out and say something. But like he has been on social media a lot being like, I'm getting ready for Superman. I'm going to put these tights on again. And it's like, well, for what? He's rumored to be in Shazam.
Oh, man.
I don't know. There's people that are like, that's awful. And there's people like, that could be good.
No, it could be cool.
I don't know.
He's good.
Like if he's there, if he's in there for like a blip, like here's how you be a hero. Don't break necks, or I don't know. Like that can be good.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm open here. I'm just open to whatever they make. Like just make it good. I think they learned their lessons, and moving on.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So speaking of moving on and speaking of movies, do we want to talk about some stuff that's hit the screen recently these past few weeks?
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Give our opinions on this. How are you feeling about? We said how we were feeling about Shazam. Sorry, I want to make sure that we were good about rating everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget, our own rating system because we just get so excited about talking.
I'm gonna rate you. You're a gotta go, buddy.
Oh man, back at you. Yes. So we want to talk about the small screen or the big screen first, Justin.
Let's go small. So we can
Luke
go big.
Cage season 2.
Yeah,
I
man.
think that was released. Was it the 21st, 22nd of June? So it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Hasn't been. In my opinion, I feel like it's been getting like no play.
That's what I said,
on
man.
Social media or anything. Like no one's talking about it.
And I don't know why, because this season is so much better than season 1. Like, I think Luke Cage season 2, it's up there with Daredevil season 1 for me.
Whoa.
Out of all the Netflix Marvel shows, think about the ones that we've got. We've gotten Daredevil. We got 2 seasons of Daredevil, 2 seasons of Jessica Jones, which I haven't even finished the second season because I was like,
either.
I'm bored. We've got Iron Fist, which was Defenders was just and then Punisher, which was really good.
Punisher's way up there. For
I'm
me.
like, I'm gonna say Daredevil season 1, Luke Cage season 2, Punisher season 1. That's in that order, and then Daredevil season 2.
I think I'd reverse Punisher and Luke Cage there for me.
Really?
But yeah, I'm curious. What about this one makes it better than season 1 specifically? We won't even compare it to the other shows.
Here's why. I think that the entire storyline throughout the whole story as it went through was strong. Like it didn't just like, oh, we hit episode 6 and then it was done. You know, like Luke Cage up to season 6. I mean, episode 6 it was really good.
Oh man, yeah.
And then you're like, oh, no, what? Like,
yeah, the back half of that season,
it just got weak. I just thought it rode the whole way through, and it made Black Mariah. She was bad. You finished it, right? I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. You're just like, oh, she's bad.
We're gonna spoil this, by the way.
Yeah. Spoilers for sure. Every character made me like, oh, dude, like Misty Knight. I love Misty Knight in this, and even the little like teases they did with her and
Colleen,
like
that bar fight was great.
Yeah, and then it's kind of this like Daughters of the Dragon vibe. They like,
Yes.
oh, are they gonna do a show like that? I don't think they have to, but it's kind of cool. Like they just at least hint at it.
Yeah.
That whole thing was rad. Like as soon as she got the arm, I think she got the arm really fast, which I didn't care.
It was fine. I was fine with how quick she got the arm. I just feel like she didn't end up doing anything special with it. I'm like, man, it's a bionic arm. Like she punched like a table once, and that was it.
She needs to grow. She needs to grow with it, though. I think she's getting used to it. Like she was able to fight with it, and like she needed to get accustomed to it. I get what you're saying, but it didn't make me like. I want to see some crazy stuff.
It didn't make it worthwhile to give it to her. To me,
really.
It seemed like, man, you gave her this bionic arm and she like didn't even do anything. And it looks, but it looked awesome.
It looked great.
And especially at the end of the season, last episode, when she has a dress like on in the club and stuff, but still has the bionic arm, like looked so cool.
There was that one that was kind of on the nose where she gets in the fight and that guy just rips the sleeve off of her bionic arm. We're like, oh, okay, we got to show her bionic arm off. But they had to do it earlier because they didn't have the money to erase her arm for 7 episodes. They're like, we got to get this to her fast. So.
But even like her story was believable though. Like it was.
Oh
good.
yeah.
I think that story arc. I think if he would speak with a different tone of voice, I think Shades would have been even better because I believed his arc.
Okay.
And I thought like he was a fairly complex character. I just hated listening to him talk because he always sounded like he was whispering.
Like this, he has that scream. I didn't mind him. Here's why I didn't, and I text you and our friend Tom. When him and him and Mariah were like together, I just didn't buy this
didn't
like
buy
relationship.
That chemistry at all.
When they kissed, it was awkward, and maybe it's supposed to be. After it was over, I was like, maybe because he was kind of playing the part because he wanted to have Harlem's Paradise. Remember, he was like trying to like hey, we're gonna get this. It's gonna be mine, and maybe it's supposed to, but I just didn't buy it, and I was like, I can't jump on this train. But overall, the whole and then freaking Luke Cage was great. Like I loved him, was walking around being the hero of Harlem, but I think my favorite is freaking Bushmaster, dude. He was a great villain, dude.
Fantastic.
He was great, and again, he had nuance. Like you kind of got where he was coming from, and his fights.
And he was so like suave and dude, he was smooth.
Yeah, he was great.
He was really good. I thought it was interesting having the they called them the Yardies at first, the Stylers.
The Stylers
gang in there. I think that brought like a little bit more of like a change up and a more of a diverse like delivery of like how characters spoke and how they acted and stuff than the first season. Do you know what I mean? If it's just like your typical like everyone's from Harlem, everyone's kind of the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of appreciated that broke it up a little bit, even though I may have needed to turn on subtitles a few times.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had subtitles on all the time because you're like, wait, what is he saying?
No, but it was good, and I think you had Bushmaster's story. Like you're like, man, that's really tragic. Like his backstory. There was this complexity that I think that was lost in the back half of Luke Cage season 1. But man, I'm telling you that Mike Coulter seems like a really nice guy. I think he gets that aspect of it. he is by far the weakest link on this thing.
Really?
Just his acting, his delivery of stuff, I just felt was so cheesy. Like when he first was at the end of the first episode, I think when he's recording that video where he's kind of like, "You can't break me, you can't burn me," like all that stuff, and then he does the dab. I was just like, that was really painful to watch. He just didn't look. He just doesn't come across to me as that kind of a guy. And so when he's trying to play tough and do those moments, I was like, I just don't believe you.
Yeah, but I don't think that's Luke Cage. He was trying to. Luke Cage isn't that guy, and I think. He was trying to...
He didn't seem like comfortable in his own body.
Yeah, and I think he was trying to do something that he's not... He was doing what was expected of him. And so that's why it was unnatural. So that's the way I took it, because that guy was following him around and filming the whole time. But the stuff that argument he had with Claire, I bought that.
That was really good.
The moments with his dad were good.
There were a few of those moments. I think there were bright spots for sure. But then I think it made some of the other moments like stick out a little more of like, ooh, that was... rough. Like honestly, where they left him at the end of the season, I didn't love the idea, but I'm like, whatever, I'm open to it. He wasn't believable to me at all.
Okay.
Like kind of being more cold and cut off and like kind of owning stuff. I was like, no. Like, but I don't know. Maybe that's me just informing that because of my opinion on the concept and how I don't care for it.
Gotcha.
Because I felt like episode 12 ended like really like, whoa, this is crazy. And then episode 13 kicks off. You're like, oh, this is a lot more chill and feels like this weird epilogue. Like it didn't feel like...
Yeah, it did feel like it was disconnected to the other seasons.
It felt really disconnected.
Other episodes. Yeah.
I liked having Nightshade become Nightshade by that last episode. It was kind of cool. She had the look and everything.
Yeah, I was like
walking
okay.
in the club.
Yeah.
I think, the other part that Mariah kept having parts that like kind of like I like had my mouth like jaw dropped like, whoa, you can't believe it. And when she like took the shiv to like that lady's throat in the prison, I was like, oh my gosh,
that was crazy, dude.
But then I felt like it didn't pay off, and I'm like, oh, and then your daughter poisoned you, and that's it. I just don't love when villains get killed off, honestly, because I'm like, oh, they got her to such like a rad place.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see her more.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I think like she could have been more, but she went out bad. She was bad.
Oh,
and I knew something was up, dude, because when she's playing the piano later on after that, like they just focused so much on her lips. I'm like, dang, she's got some like lipstick on, dude. Like, you know.
Well, and they showed her making something beforehand, and you saw in the thing it was like something. I think it was like Beso de Aranja or whatever like that. So it's like I was like, is that spider's kiss? I'm like, oh, she's gonna poison. Like I just kind of like saw that beforehand. I thought it was an interesting move to see how Luke's going to take it, being left Harlem's paradise and kind of the thing.
Yeah.
It was a weird choice to me, honestly, to see like, to have him literally be at the end and be like, tell Claire to go home. Like, to
dude, like, that was cold.
Oof.
I don't know. I don't think Luke's going to go bad. I think they're trying to like get you to think. I think they're trying to make you think. Like,
how are they gonna pull him back into being Luke?
I don't know, man.
This felt like it pulled Defenders felt like it pulled him a little closer to Luke Cage that I know, and this felt like, other than the one episode 10 with him and Iron Fist,
I was gonna get to
it feels like it pulls him further away from it, not toward like the Luke Cage that I think he needs to be. But episode 10, you wanted to say something about it because I do too.
Yeah, dude. Iron Fist kind of is redeemed, huh? Like when he showed up, I was like, okay. Fight
choreography I think could still be better, but
they had good. I think
they had
good
dynamic.
Yeah, they had some chemistry. It made you like laugh. I was like, oh, I actually like him. Like I actually like Iron Fist. What's up, dude? Like I'm not rolling my eyes like, dude, just don't force it, you know?
Yeah, and he seemed more settled.
He seemed more comfortable being Iron Fist.
Yes,
and I like how he interacted with them. Like their dynamic, it felt like the comic, dude.
Yep.
It felt like especially the
made my heart happy.
Huh?
Made my heart happy.
Yeah, man. It was
a little more like
it felt like the Sanford Green book. Like, you know, like
David F. Walker.
Yeah, that book. That's a good. Go and buy that book
It's really good.
If you want to buy
Power
Man Iron Fist, that came out a couple years ago. Buy that. It's really good. Good stuff. It's fun. It's comics. Go buy it. But overall, I think the whole season's good. I give it a let's go. I'm excited for season 3. I'm hoping. Only thing is, I was hoping like there's no season 3. I was hoping there was just going to be Power Man and Iron Fist, Heroes for
I
Hire.
hope they would just do, because here's my thought. I think they could just do Heroes for Hire and have Colleen and Misty and Luke and Danny.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And so it's Heroes for Hire, but it's two different like groups basically.
Yeah.
I feel like that you could totally do Daughters of the Dragon and Heroes for Hire like in the same show.
Yep, I agree. I would love to see that. I think maybe we're going to get season 3. Luke Cage. We're not getting Defenders season 2. I don't think so. They haven't said anything like that. We're getting. So I want to see more of these characters.
Do you think the Netflix Marvel stuff is kind of running its course? Like that's why it's not getting as much play, like people talking about it and stuff?
I don't think so. I don't know why it was so quiet. I saw a few little interviews with everybody. I saw an interview with Simone Missick, who plays Misty Knight. But other than that, I didn't see. I saw Mike Coulter doing something. But yeah, there wasn't a whole bunch, dude. I don't know why. So I'm just like,
yeah.
And look, the other thing, what was so great, the music was so good this season. I thought it was better.
I thought it was mostly better. There was like one or two that I was like that felt weird to me. But yeah, for them, I actually didn't
really
love. I can't remember her name, but Nightshade like sitting down and singing at the piano.
Yeah,
I didn't love that part.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was just okay.
It.
The song didn't seem that good to me. I think that's what it was.
Ah, dude, really? I thought it was super like emotional.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like,
awesome.
I was brought in, dude. Because it was kind of like, dude, you just did some crazy stuff, dude. And she just came home, and that was her way of like expressing, dude. It was almost like a forgive me, like
yeah,
like so that's how I took it. And then also you find out her mom dies, and I was like, oh dang. But yeah, I love that part, dude. Gosh, what the heck.
Yeah, I mean,
Gabrielle Dennis.
I don't know if I feel that same way, but that's fine. Because I remember, like, dude, a highlight for season 1 for me was Jadena being on there doing "Long Live the Chief," and that might have even been the episode where Cottonmouth like gets taken out. I'm trying to remember, but so I don't know. Maybe I just have like some of the more of those moments where it sticks out to me from the first season. But it was good, man. I enjoyed it. It's a good sign when my wife wants me to wait to watch episodes with her. You know, like really,
yeah,
like,
no, I got you.
It's like, okay, someone that's not bought in on the level that I am, like, is interested in keeping watching it. Because neither of us, I think we watched like 2 or 3 episodes of Jessica Jones season 2, and it just didn't pull us in as much, man. So yeah, I would agree. Well, let's go.
I didn't care. Yeah, for me, it's let's go. Go watch Luke Cage season 2. Okay, so still in the Marvel universe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah,
I feel like the I know everyone says, oh, the TV shows aren't connected. I feel like there were some strong connections to the overall Marvel like cinematic universe. Like not like Thanos level stuff, but like having the Justin Hammer like like guns.
Yeah.
You know, still like bringing some of the stuff that's been established in some of the movies and stuff, and so still to me
it's just like background stuff.
Yeah, it felt like it was still there. I felt like they even referenced like Cap a little bit and some stuff, so I still appreciate the little, not Easter eggs, but I think some of the winks, like, okay, we're still here. And it doesn't feel, you know, like they couldn't exist. I'm still waiting for like, you know, maybe some like Thanos like ashes to blow away. That went crazy, dude.
Yeah,
She's playing
crazy.
the piano, and we're like, oh, she faded away. Ah! So just wanted to see some of that.
Totally.
But anyways, all right, let's move over into the movies. Ant-Man and the mother flipping Wasp.
Mother flipping Wasp on his mother flipping pen.
Yeah. So
yeah. Saw that this last week as well. Wife and I went.
Yeah.
And,
I took the boys on Friday.
Yeah. How'd the boys like it?
Yeah, they both loved it. They're like, yeah, you know, Asher, my oldest kid, he's 9, and he's like, Dad, how come we don't have an Ant-Man action figure? I'm like, dang, dude.
You gotta let me catch my breath.
We just had your birthday. Yeah, so they liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought the action, like the choreography, the fights were really good, I thought.
Yeah, especially Evangeline Lilly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her stuff was good.
Like that. Yeah, the use of powers and that crossover with like the choreography, the fight choreography.
Yeah. I'm glad we didn't do this like, oh, now I have the suit and I'm going to put it on. Like, I'm glad she was already established using the suit and all that stuff.
Yeah, she was already doing it.
Yeah, I didn't need to see any of that. So I thought that was good. Paul Rudd's great. Like, there was no surprises, if that makes any sense. I have a disappointment with Lawrence Fishburne being in it because I thought they were going to show him be Black Goliath, and he wasn't, and so that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, dude. Why even have him in the movie?
Totally. And I think there were things, I would just say the movie was really fun. Like, I enjoyed my time.
Yeah.
The first movie is probably in my top, like, 5 or 7 of the Marvel movies. Like, I just really enjoyed the first Ant-Man movie. Yeah, a lot. This one, I would say, felt similar, but it felt a little less, like, focused than the first story. And I'm not quite sure why. My first thought is to blame it on, like, not having any Edgar Wright jokes or writing in there. Which I don't know if that's it or not, but it just felt a little less punchier, like as far as the comedy and stuff like that. But the stuff they did was still really good. Like, Luis is still a highlight character.
Yeah.
And all of, like, that group of guys, like, is still fantastic.
All his buddies.
Like, their reaction when Ghost comes through that wall, like, just had everyone laughing so hard. Like, and the truth serum, like, bit throughout the movie.
The truth serum was hilarious, dude. That whole thing was really fun. I thought that was great.
Michael Pena, man, like,
he's good.
Really, really good comedic timing.
Yeah, he was funny. Walton Goggins was good. He's kind of a character actor. You see him and stuff. He was on Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
He's been in a whole bunch of things. You're like, oh, there's that guy, that weird dude. Yeah, it's him. One of the things that I forgot about was, like, Janet Van Dyne was going to be in this. Michelle Pfeiffer. I was like, oh, dude, she was really good. She wasn't in a whole lot though. Like, it wasn't like
a little bit.
It was more like, oh, she's in it. You know, she was wandering around, like, in the whatever.
We're just gonna spoil it. You know.
Yeah. Sorry, spoilers. Oh man, sorry. Hopefully, you're listening to this. We are going to spoil this movie, and there's a big spoiler we're going to talk about.
Yes, we haven't gotten to the biggest spoilers, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, sorry. Well, everyone knew Michelle Pfeiffer was in the movie.
Oh yeah, no. So, I'm just throwing that out preemptively. Man.
Yeah, okay, preemptive.
I really liked like the quantum realm kind of stuff being more of a thing. I think is cool, and I think that gives going forward Ant-Man and the Wasp like their own kind of corner to be experts in. I really loved, and I liked it from the first movie, but I think even more so, they doubled down on the father-daughter dynamic between Scott and Cassie. And I thought, I don't know, I was just really touched by those moments. Yeah. And I think you could see him, I feel like it's just this common thread, like you have that, and then if you've seen Incredibles 2, there's just this idea of a dad character that's just trying his best to, like, keep his head above water and be like a good dad to his kids. And being a dad that feels that way sometimes too, like there's something about that I can really, really relate to. Like there's a, have you seen Incredibles 2 yet?
Yeah, I was going to say hot take.
Oh man,
it's a go.
Whatever.
It's a go.
Whatever.
I'm just saying it's a go.
So anyway, in that movie though, there's that part where he's kind of like at the end of his rope, and he just says like, I just want to be a good dad. Yeah. And I'm like, dang it, me too.
Yeah, me too.
But I think you had like some of those moments with Scott and Cassie, specifically for me, the one where she, like, we've seen the clip in the trailers and stuff, like maybe you should have a partner, where she's saying that, and to have the outcome of that be like she was thinking of herself. Yeah. And then him laughing, and she's like, "Don't laugh." Yeah. Dude, that got
no, it was really sweet, but it was also nice at the end where she is there like giving her dad some points, like he said it was for you. And I was like, oh, dude, you validated that. So no, that was good. I loved the freaking like cardboard fort in the beginning. That was fun.
Oh my gosh, dude!
I was like, dude, that's not good. Because then my kids are like, Dad, why don't you do that? I'm like, man,
dude, that getaway like slide thing going down like the stairs and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta live in San Francisco to do that.
Yeah, so. we don't have 4-story houses.
Yeah, sorry,
sorry, son.
Yeah. Live in the Marvel universe, bro, where everyone just has great jobs.
I was worried that they were gonna not. I don't know. I thought they were gonna kind of tire out the whole like size like dynamics of like getting really small and then getting really big and then like whatever, and like, do they have anywhere else to go? And they totally figured out ways to still. When he was just kind of small.
I like when he was stuck when he was at the school
with the hoodie on.
That was funny, dude. I thought that was funny. Like, I thought that was, you know, like in Deadpool 2, they kind of had a similar thing where he was just screwing. I thought this was funnier. This is way more like well done.
Agreed.
Yeah, I thought it's not the same thing, but it's similar. I just thought that it was a better way of pulling it off.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. I like the movie. We talked earlier. It's just kind of there. It just exists in the Marvel universe. It's not like in my top 10. It's not like it's not like at the bottom. It's not like Thor: Dark World, which we even said it's not like a terrible movie either. It's just parts that were like, if they would have just made this part better. So it's a really fun movie. It's good for me. Ant-Man and the Wasp is let's go. But let's talk about. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I would almost more. I feel like I would want to say a go just because I don't want to rate it too high. But I did have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I just
think it was
like,
really
well. Do it.
I think it was well done.
Okay.
Like I don't think it's a bad movie at all. I think everyone should go see it. I even considered like going back and watching it again just to see if I can catch other stuff.
I do got some questions though.
Yeah, please.
When they shrink down the building and they like pull like the little handle at the top of it, does all the like chairs and tables move everywhere? Like when they pull it around?
Who knows, man? Maybe that's why it looks so like beat up and stuff on the inside.
Okay.
Oh, like, you know what? Another thing I was talking about, like I know I just ranked it, even though I think it's still not the most compelling villain. Ghost, like the special effects and how she looked and acted was awesome.
Is Ghost an actual like Marvel character? Like I don't really know much.
Yeah, it's actually usually a guy.
Okay.
And it's, but I don't think that's very like core to like the character at all. I think it's fine to have it be a woman. And then it's usually, I think the suit doesn't control the powers, but that's what enables him to like kind of go through walls and do that kind of stuff. Okay. But he's like a thief, like kind of thing. Cool. I've seen him in Iron Man cartoons, I want to say.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think Ghost was a bad villain, but she wasn't like, oh, Loki, status, Red Skull.
No, but she was more nuanced than a lot of the other ones, I would say, in Marvel. Yeah. You understood like why she was doing what she was doing, why she was desperate, and even having, I'm trying to remember his name, Goliath, kind of be helping her, but he still wasn't a bad guy. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And so
at first you kind of thought he was. Like, you're like,
dang it,
Dr. Foster, what the crap, dude? Like, because when they're all tied up, you're like, that's kind of a bad guy thing to do.
Asking where the soccer
that was funny.
Are. That was...
So right there, that was kind of shady. It was like, oh, what? You are kind of a bad guy now.
But then when he stands up, he was like, you will not touch like that girl, or I'm not helping you. And I think that was good.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought that was a little bit sloppy, to be honest.
Okay.
But because you're like, wait, he's bad, but he's not bad. What? Like they didn't.
I think they explained that well though. Like he wanted to help her.
He wanted to help her, but if you're trying to help somebody, like he could have had, hey, Dr. Pym, help me out, man. Don't tie him up.
Yeah, just felt. But I mean, I feel like in the first movie they kind of talked about like what, like a dick, like Hank Pym is. Yeah. I feel like this movie they actually like. You see the fallout of how he's treated people, and you can kind of see even in how he interacts with people that he kind of cares, but doesn't like fully care. I bet you he's
people. So bad he'll create an Ultron.
Oh, if only.
If only, yeah. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot.
Michelle Pfeiffer's like Wasp and like post-apocalyptic like whatever like thing. I don't know. I thought it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it looked great.
Like when we found her.
Yeah, she had a hood on and everything.
But yeah, and then we get to the mid-credit scene.
Yeah, there we go. So that one, I knew everyone. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just feel like you expected it to be some type of Infinity War like thing. So I knew like, oh, they're all gonna fade away at some point.
Some sort of connection.
So I knew as soon as he got shot in there, they're all gonna like fade away. You know, and that's exactly what happened. But it wasn't. It didn't make it less like, oh dang, our theater was like, no.
Yeah, dude, our theater was great. People were like, what?
They just didn't. They were like. That was a nice way to play into it. Like, I knew it was coming. I didn't read any spoilers. I just knew.
Me neither. But I knew there would be a connection. But it still got me. I was like, oh, dang. Like, Marvel is like... Marvel Studios, I should say, is doubling down.
Not X-Men Apocalypse.
Is doubling down on, like, this is real deal. Like, this is the scenario right now, everybody.
Yeah. At the credits, it's all Ant-Man and the Wasp. May return? Question mark. Okay.
And I know we had talked to you and said you didn't like the end credit scene with the ant playing the drums.
Yeah.
I think what was interesting about that isn't the ant playing the drums, but the fact that like
there's nothing there. It's kind of creepy.
Nothing is happening.
Yeah,
It's kind of creepy around.
I thought about that it was creepy.
That for me was more the impact than the ant playing drums.
Yeah, I think they should have reversed how they did it. I think we should have just saw the ant playing drums, and then you pan the other way to like, why are we watching the ant playing drums still? And then it's like,
he's just going about everything, but
yeah, because then
stopped.
it made it from like serious to funny. I think they should have went like, there's the ant again, and then you go the other way, you pan to the right, and it's like,
but you just saw the ashes or dust or whatever of those main characters, though. You wouldn't want to start funny after that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like
I can see what you're saying.
The ant. I was like, that was it, dude. The little ant guy. Like,
I thought it was good, man. Like that tie-in and stuff at the end is really good. I think they're really
maybe Hawkeye should have been there or something.
They're
like,
setting that status quo going into the next Avengers movie, and they're totally not going to address it in the next movie on their slate. You know, I think which is pretty.
They will
smart.
in the end credits. They'll just be like, Captain Marvel. I know it's your beeper's going off. Nick Fury's got a beep.
It could be, yeah.
Nick Fury's got a booty call for you. Captain Marvel. Come on. Hit me up.
It'll probably be similar to like what it was at the end of Captain America: The First Avenger, where it's like, oh hey, we're in modern times now. Like that we flash back with this movie, and we're heading into Avengers.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Good. We've talked long enough on this.
Yeah. So overall, I give it a let's go.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
So there you go. All right, man. Let's get out of these stupid movies and stupid TV shows. Let's talk about...
They're not stupid. They're good.
Let's talk about the floppies. Smell them. You guys smell those floppies? I have a floppy right here. I'm going to smell it. Here the floppy. That's a real, honest to goodness floppy right there.
That is very floppy.
What floppy do I have here, Matt Ritchie? Tell me, what floppy is
that one?
around?
I mean, are we just going straight for it? Batman number 50.
Batman number 50. We couldn't talk about it last week because...
America.
Because Captain America and America was going on. But... yeah, so in this issue, Batman and Robin go after the Joker, and this little girl has a Snickers, and she offers it to them, and it makes everything better. But that's just the first page.
That's a good.
The first page is not connected to the rest of the story, though, for whatever reason. No, Batman number 50 is the kind of the culmination of the last couple of years of Tom King writing Batman.
Man, it's been a couple of years, huh?
Yeah, it's been a couple of years of rebirth.
And I would say this is like the mid-season finale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say the same thing. So
we got Tom King, and then we got a buttload of people on
buttload of pinups.
Yeah, on the pinups and stuff. But we have Mikel Yanin, right?
Yeah, he's basically doing the art. And here's what I loved. I loved that the pinups were a part of the story. That it wasn't this like, here's the pinup gallery in the back. All the pinups were a part of it, and that was great.
I wasn't sure what was happening at first.
What do you mean?
When I came to the pinups and it just had a few words here and there, I was like, wait, what's happening? And then it cuts back to the story.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, there's a bar named Porky's now? Is that like supposed to be like Porky Pig?
Wait, where's this at?
That's like the
what
fourth page? Something like fourth or fifth
It could be
page?
a tie-in to the...
Like when they did the Elmer Fudd thing. I actually never read that issue.
Oh, okay. It was a Tom King book too.
It was.
So
I missed out.
So that's... If you look at the
and
bartender,
he
he's
looks
another
like
one.
Porky Pig.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a connection to that. So yeah, little.
And then remind me who the blonde chick is, the Catwoman.
Oh, her little buddy
from Arkham. Yeah, that's her friend,
little buddy.
Right?
Yeah, that's oh gosh.
That she like saved her life and stuff like that.
Well, she grew up with her. She in Batman Year One. That's man. Why am I can't think of her name.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't remember her name. I'm sorry, everybody. I should remember the name. Yeah. Justin should really remember.
I should have known, and I can't think because you asked me that.
Well, yeah, like
man,
that's how questions work.
Yeah,
you ask.
Sure do. It'll come to me in the middle of the episode, and I will tell you.
Yeah, that's fine. So we have the story going on where they're kind of getting everything together, right? For getting married that night. But then throughout that, you have what we come to find is
Holly
letters. Yes, Holly.
Yeah,
letters that they've written to each other,
which they've done before in these books earlier, like in the I Am Bane part. Just
indeed
remember.
Yes, I do remember. That was good stuff. So let's call back to that. But these really reflect one another. It's like they're talking about each other's eyes and why. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool to think like why Catwoman doesn't have like stuff covering her eyes and why Batman does.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I thought that was really, really good, really poetic, really well done by Tom King.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a really good payoff at the end of the issue for reading through those letters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Part of me is like, hey, just talk to her in person. You wouldn't have this
right?
problem, Batman. But I get why. You have to concede a little bit of the like, why didn't you just do this? Because it's a comic book and it's not a TV show, and the way they are telling their story makes sense. And so, yeah, I love how everything's opposing. Like every issue, every page, like there's this like opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like you have Bruce and Alfred, you have her and Holly, and it's kind of neat to see the differences there.
Yeah. Any favorite moments for you?
Man, I really like the part with Bruce and Alfred where he's just like, "You're my best man." And here's the thing that sucks. Here's the thing that sucks.
What?
The 5 stupid preludes to the wedding. Those miniseries, like
are all people
Robin
fighting
versus,
over being the best man?
Well, there's one issue, but it's just there's nothing in those issues that
ties in
anything except they one of them leads up. The Joker versus Harley leads up to issue 48 and 49. But still not necessary because the Joker just shows up and murders these people and you get it. So
Batman 50 doesn't even reference Batman 49 either.
No,
it just starts.
Yeah, you just go
I'm
straight
like,
into it.
Wait, she was like crazy and laughing on Joker Venom before. Now we're good.
Yeah, we're good. It's all right.
Whatever, man.
So, but I really like that scene. The thing it did discount the whole issue where Bruce and Dick have this conversation about Superman being his best man. It's like, why did we? Okay, so I like that it was him and Alfred.
It was good. And I can't do anything without you. Really, I never could or will. And it was a really good moment to see them like hug and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was good.
It was kind of weird seeing Bruce on his phone. He's just staring. He's just doing stuff.
Yeah, right.
There's that Mitch Gerard's page where freaking, and I hit him up on Twitter and he answered. I was like, hey,
oh really?
Yeah, I was like, so is your Batman based on Home Dude from Mad Men? And he's like, he said he was basing it on Alex Ross's paintings, but he also said yes. I think he should play in the movies, and yes, and so I was like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah, those are 2 of the best pinups right there too. The Clayman one is really, really good too.
The Clayman one is really good. My absolute favorite is the Lee Weeks one in the back.
Dude, we're same. The Lee Weeks one, like that wins for me.
You know what? And Lee Weeks, like, he hasn't done a whole bunch of stuff lately. He's kind of a guy who was, well,
he's going to be
90s.
doing an upcoming arc.
He is doing the arc. And
the next arc.
I think he's doing the Mr. Freeze one. And so where Dick Grayson's going to be Batman again for a little bit. But he also, Lee Weeks did the Batman Annual 2 that was really good.
Oh, yeah.
And so anyways.
Man, such good stuff.
Yeah, we're going to spoil this book a little bit here.
Yes,
Batman,
because there's a lot of will they, won't they going into this. And they've explored it a lot, I think, even in the last couple issues when you talk to Joker specifically. He and Catwoman were talking about like how Joker's like, I have to stop it because if he's happy, then he doesn't need me and he doesn't need Batman anymore.
And there's that page where Holly says that to Catwoman and she's like, wait, what? And like, the way that, Michael Yannon draws her face, you really like believe like, oh, dang, she
hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. Like, she's all, he always seemed to need his misery, like it was how he did what he did. And at that moment, Catwoman's like, oh, dang, he needs to be miserable. And Alfred's being like, you don't got to be miserable. It's so a conversation in person needs to be had at this point, but they don't do it and whatever. Tom King is doing the long game here. He's going to issue 100.
100, yeah. He has 100 issues planned, and it's all based around this relationship.
And so, spoilers, they don't get married. And we kind of, going into it, you kind of expected... I actually expected them to get married. I was like, oh, they're going to get married. Because I kind of wanted to change the status quo, but I'm willing to keep going. I've enjoyed the book enough where I'm like, let's keep going. Let's figure out where it goes.
Yeah, and to see like, man, this is a pretty big wrench thrown in the works for him.
Because him jumping off the building, like in his suit and stuff, like was kind of like cool. I thought it was almost like I'm retreating back to what I know. we may have some Batman stories where he goes crazy again, like, oh, I'm just going to be Batman and punch everybody in the face.
Yeah, totally.
Maybe his family needs to pull him out. Who knows where we're going to go? We can get some interesting stuff out of it. What I hope happens is it becomes not this like weird. There are some parts where I'm like, so Batman and Catwoman are going to get married. So they have a drunk judge. Like, it's still not a marriage because there's no real like legality to it. So I hope there can be a point where it's like, no, Bruce Wayne will marry Selena Kyle. And if they want to say like everyone knows she's Catwoman, fine, she's reformed, whatever. Like Kanye West is married to Kim Kardashian. That's a real thing. We live in a world where crazy stuff can happen.
Crazy.
Why can't Catwoman marry Bruce Wayne? Like, no one's going to be like, you're Batman. Like, that's not a... Well, it could be a thing now because they knew she was going to marry. I don't know. But
yeah, and I think that's where you get interesting.
Who knows, dude? It's comics.
Is that epilogue is really the...
Oh, dude.
Because when that story ends, like the main bulk of the story, you're like, dang, that's sad. Like, what the heck?
So...
But then you get to this last page and what the hell?
Dude, that's a honked up page. So let's talk about that page.
So Holly's in on it. She's talking to someone.
But I don't think she's... There's mind control, dude. There's mind control there.
Oh.
It's freaking Psycho Pirate's there, dude.
Psycho Pirate's there. Joker is alive and right there. Riddler's right next to him. That's interesting because they hate each other.
Yes, but the most
Gotham Girl is there.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Gotham Girl there?
Keep going.
And then freaking Thomas Wayne. Flashpoint Batman.
Right?
I'm so confused.
I'm confused too. How is he there? Why is he there? So my thoughts on this are, is this just here's a picture of everybody who's been a part? Are they all there? Or is it more of...
And the other interesting one, you forgot. It's at the bottom right there.
Hold on. I'm trying to turn to it right here. In my digital copy right here. Because I just put my floppy down. But
put that floppy down.
Put that floppy down, dude.
That's what the cops say.
Put down the floppy,
sir. I'm gonna ask you, please put down the floppy.
Put down your floppy. So we have
children present,
ventriloquist. We have Skeets there.
Skeets,
is
there.
Psycho
That's
Pirate.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like just thinking of like. Again, so you wonder, is this like just the amalgamation of the first 50 issues?
Yeah, that's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. The bat is broken, so I think Holly did have a
so
part
her and
in
Bane
this.
are actually talking, but you think maybe other people aren't?
I don't.
They've just played a part in breaking the bat.
Yeah, because Thomas Wayne's like, quit being Batman. Remember?
Yeah.
Go be happy. Psycho Pirate was a part of that Joker and Riddle, the War of Joker and Riddles. It's just that the past there. You have Gotham Girl, like her early encounters with Batman in the first arc with the I Am Gotham.
That's interesting. That's an interesting theory.
That's my thought because I'm like, why would they all be? Why the one that throws it off is Thomas Wayne? Like,
yeah,
what?
But I would
Thomas Wayne, why are you here?
I would love I would love to have that be the case though. That it's all people that are actually there. Because here's the thing: if people don't know, if you don't read comics often, there's good confusing and bad confusing.
Yeah. This is X-Men confusing right here.
Bad confusing is like, this is confusing and I don't want any more of it.
Yeah.
Good confusing is like, what is going on? I want what's next.
Yes.
And this is like good confusing.
Yes, I agree.
Like I look at that last panel, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then you know you're on the last page, but do you ever find yourself like turning one more page to be like, wait,
I do that in Mr. Miracle all the time. Every time I read Mr. Miracle, I'm like, wait, come on, Tom King. You and your weird last pages. So, yeah, man.
So I think for me, this book is really great. I think Tom King is a master. It's a let's go for me. Yeah. I think there's a few things that pulled me out of it and trying to find my bearings on those pinups. Mm-hmm. With the content of the letters and stuff, and finding my way through that kind of felt like it hicked up that, and it didn't refer back to Batman 49 at all, and so it felt just like we disconnected from what came right before.
Okay.
So I think there was some recalibrating I had to do at the beginning of it, but where it ends up and knowing, like, I don't know, it's always about writing your characters into a corner, right? And see how they get out of it. And I think that's what he's doing, and he's doing it in a really interesting way. Yeah.
I agree. I like it. I get it. Let's go. Batman 50. I know it's not for everybody, but it was for me, and I enjoyed it. And I'm on the Tom King train. I'll keep riding it until at least Gotham City.
I like it.
There you go.
I like it a lot, and I think Tom King has said before that he wanted to do something that we hadn't seen before, a Batman story, and I think he's delivering on it.
Yep.
And your mileage is going to vary on that, and that's fair.
And I wanted to jump back onto that. It's Batman. It 100% feels like a Batman story, but it 100% also feels different. It doesn't feel like anything ever in Batman comics. I agree with you.
So I gave this issue a let's go, right?
Yeah.
You want to know something that was a gotta go?
Yeah.
Catwoman #1.
Oh dang, Catwoman #1. That was
it was better
comic,
than
dude.
Batman 50 for me.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying it is more impactful. I'm not saying that it's like this deeper thing.
Yeah.
But as far as just my enjoyment, when I put down the book,
Mm-hmm.
Catwoman #1 was incredible.
Yeah.
And not just I knew the art was going to be good. Joelle Jones and Laura Allred just absolutely crushed it. It's beautiful book. I think it demands your attention in so many ways. But I think the writing just felt really good too. Like it felt very true to who Selena was.
Yeah.
And it still honored, you had that page or two where it kind of gives you a window into how she's feeling coming out of Batman 50. And it felt very genuine.
Oh yeah. I just want to say Joelle Jones and Laura Allred, just fantastic team.
Yes.
You can tell it's Laura Allred on this thing. It's the inks and the colors. You can tell. And it's good. And you're just like, she's what makes Michael Allred look so... Michael Allred is great.
Yeah.
But, she compliments him well. I don't mean to bring him up here, but I'm just saying, you can tell her style.
Yes.
With Joelle Jones.
I felt that multiple times where I was like, whoa, that kind of gave me that Allred... it was an Allred vibe.
It's the colors, dude. Her colors are fantastic. And this book looks great. And I've read Catwoman comics before. I read the original Jim Ballant one just because it was the 90s and I was a little boy. And then I read the was it
they did one for New 52.
Ed Brubaker one, which was great. It kicked off with that was good. And then I read the first few of New 52 out of morbid curiosity, and it was awful, dude. It was just terrible, by Judd Winnick. It was just bad comic book. This was really good, and I'm like, now I want to see the rest of what's going on with this story.
Yeah, I didn't think that I would be super into a Catwoman book, solo book. I think as a character, she's really great. I just didn't know how I would feel about a solo book, and I am convinced thoroughly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's great. That whole part where she's evading the officer through the, she slides down the escalator and into the
flip
train.
into the subway train.
So good,
stuff.
dude. Good stuff.
Yeah, I love it. I'm looking forward to more.
Yeah,
and that's a gotta go.
Yeah, and the whole idea, what's being presented at the end of the story. I don't want to spoil too much of it. Buy this book and read it. It's really good. I was like, oh dang, okay. And how did all this happen? And then you see it, and you're like, all right, here we go.
And the new costume is fantastic too.
Yeah, I mean it's basically the Catwoman suit. There's nothing too.
I think the little bit of changes to it though, I think it makes a difference.
Really?
I like it. Mm-hmm.
Cool. I like it. I'm not against it. It looks like a Catwoman suit.
All right, dude.
Doesn't have a purple cape, so I'm good. All right.
So we're running a little long. We'll probably need to do a little more rapid fire.
Yeah, we'll do some rapid fire on some of these other books that are coming out. I think Batman 50 deserved our attention because it's so good.
Indeed, it did.
Justice League #3. What do you think?
I thought it was a let's go.
Catwoman #1. What were you getting it?
Catwoman #1 gotta go.
I give it a let's go. All right. Justice League #3.
Let's go.
Come on. Yeah, dude. That was a let's go. That comic is so good.
The ultraviolet spectrum, being a power.
Yeah.
And being the original reason that Sinestro had the costume that he did.
Yeah.
And that's what he was working on and looking for.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So the tie-in and the honoring back to Justice League and Super Friends and stuff in ways that make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
The connected threads that they're building, I love all of it.
Yeah, it's good. And I love how they're taking it all the way back to Xanshi with Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
And bringing the history of Jon Stewart and Jon Jones together. He was there.
And can we talk about Jorge Jimenez for a second issue in a row?
Yes.
Get out of town.
Come on, dude.
So good.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love his art, dude. It's so good. It's fantastic. Love it. I love this whole. It's kind of tying into the Flash too a little bit with the what was it?
The Still Force.
Still Force. Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Love all the weird, goofy stuff with Batman and Hawkgirl still being inside Jon Jones and Superman inside of
they're inside of the
little ship inside inner space. Remember that movie with Martin Short?
Yes.
There's their inner space inside.
I do remember inner space.
So all that stuff is good, dude. It's this comic, man. is exactly what Justice League should be.
It's
I'm
big,
loving.
it's bold, it's fun.
It's fun.
I like it.
Loving John Jones. I love this focus on John Jones too. It's been so good. So yeah, good comic. If you're reading DC Comics, you got to be reading this book, dude. You got to be reading Justice League. You got to be reading Justice League and Batman. That's what I'm gonna say. So
Yeah,
and then
agreed.
Sinestro.
It's good.
So cool. Yeah. So
Like it.
rapid fire.
All right, so I'll talk about 2 books.
Yeah. Do it.
Last week and the week before. I'm actually
Okay.
getting some Marvel books these days.
Yeah, you
and
are.
enjoying them.
Get those Marvel books.
So Thor #2 came out.
Yep.
Loved the first one. Decided to go a little more. It's more of the same, dude. It's
Yeah.
really good. It's a let's go. Black Panther #2 also let's go.
Nice.
Daniel Acuna, I think, is the artist
Yeah.
on that. It's wonderful. I think Ta-Nehisi Coates has a good handle on his comic book writing voice. I think even more so. It feels less like a novel or something like that maybe his first Black Panther run felt like, and was a little dense for some people, I think, to make their way through. This feels a little lighter, a little like it moves a little quicker. And that's another one that's like good confusing, where I'm still not sure what's going on, but I'm totally in for the ride. So those are both.
I didn't love the
let's
first
go.
issue, but
That's
all
all
right.
right, man. Different strokes, different folks, man.
there you go. I'm a guy.
All right, what you got
Cool.
next, dude?
Yeah. I wanted to talk about Amazing Spider-Man #1.
Yeah,
It's
Nick
I wish
Spencer
we could
taking over on
yeah,
that.
I
Right?
wish we can give it more time. I almost want to wait. Yeah, Nick Spencer and Ryan Otley from.
Maybe we can revisit that next week.
Yeah, maybe
I haven't
revisit.
been able to read it yet.
I loved it. My only frustration is like it's freaking 802, but they're calling it number 801. They're calling it #1, but whatever. It was fun. It was a really good comic.
That
I
art
thought.
looks incredible.
It's freaking thick, dude. But it's kind of like a return to norm for Spider-Man. But there's some new twists there. And so I think I would actually like to talk about it more with you. So my rating for it is a let's go. Go buy this Spider-Man comic. I liked it a lot.
Cool.
And then there you go. And then I also have Daredevil 605. I'm just gonna say buy Daredevil because it's good. And it's a let's go.
Gonna say
buy Daredevil. Daredevil's just
buy
a consistently good comic. Let's go. Buy it.
Right on, dude. So we had also had Captain America appropriately releasing on the 4th of July.
Good job, Cap.
Ta-Nehisi Coates again taking on a new book. I thought it was really good, man.
Yeah.
It's Francis Yu, right, doing the art.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good. I think he should do the covers instead of Alex Ross. I know people are going to probably hate me for saying that, but that's my hot take.
But you have the Adam Hughes cover.
Yes, because it's wonderful. So what's really funny about this is I wonder if they kind of were stalling and doing something different in the Chris Samney, Mark Waid run of it because they knew they were going to get to this, because this feels like it truly picks up after Secret Empire.
Huh.
Where Hydra agents are being rounded up. Cap's kind of trying to figure out like what it means to be the kind of like symbol that he is when that's been tarnished and that kind of stuff. And it seems like he's really trying to deal with that a little more than it did in that run of however many issues, like 4 or 5 issues from before. But it was good. I like the character. I like the writing. I think the voices are good.
He's got his little pirate boots back too.
He does. Like it looks really good. Supporting cast is there. I think some new villains that I don't really know what's going on with them. So yeah, I'd say it's a go. Like I'm gonna give it another shot for sure.
That's good. Yeah, dude, the Marvel books that I've been reading lately are all good.
Yeah, I've been
Like it's
and DC for the most part as well. Like that's been really interesting. Imagine that,
Yeah.
good comics all around.
everywhere. Yeah, it's good to step. You got to step your game up because all the indies have been freaking great too. So
All right,
yeah,
Superman #1 also came out today.
yeah. I didn't love it. So here we didn't talk about the Man of Steel miniseries at all.
Oh yeah,
I feel
we
like-
didn't finish the wrap up of that issue.
Yeah,
6.
Man of Steel 1 through 6 by Brian Bendis and a multitude of artists. Here's my thoughts. Story didn't conclude. It wasn't a true miniseries in the sense that like it ended and it told a story. It kind of ended like find out next week in Superman #1. Like what else is going on? It didn't wrap up its story well.
Yeah,
I felt
you
the
could
art.
just started Superman #1 at the beginning of that instead.
Yeah,
of Man
it
of
could have
Steel.
just exactly. It could have been Superman #1. I think he definitely he understands how Superman is, how he sounds, and all that stuff. I just don't think this Rogol Zar character is 100% compelling, and I just don't care. I'm like, oh yeah, he killed like all the Phantom Zone. That's kind of honked up. But it's more like, oh, now the Fortress of Solitude is in the Bermuda Triangle. It just seems kind of heavy-handed, some of that stuff. I didn't like the encounter with John Jones at the end. I thought it was really weird and awkward. It almost felt like that's not John Jones. That's someone taking over John Jones.
Oh,
trying to convince Superman to do something like... It felt like Armageddon 2001 annual back in the 90s where like Superman became the president and he was really bad and he had too much power. So Wave Rider came to stop him from being the president because then he could become monarch. Anyways, if you don't know what that means, read Armageddon 2001, a DC crossover.
Okay.
But I just felt like this doesn't sound like John Jones.
Interesting. Yeah,
but there was a little bit of an angle that I got, but he pushed so hard on Superman. I think you should be the leader of the world because... you've seen other worlds.
For a galactic side of things.
And Superman's like, oh, no, not cool, bro. I can't do this right now, dude. I'm doing some other stuff.
Okay, but I did love that aspect of it, that he kept going, like, hold on to that thought. And then going and saving someone, like punching a dinosaur and going and, like, putting out a fire and stuff.
Punching a dinosaur.
I liked those moments of interruption. Mm-hmm. I thought those were kind of fun.
Yeah.
But it was okay. For me, Superman #1 was an improvement from the Man of Steel miniseries.
Yeah.
To where I'm actually curious what happens. Because spoilers...
Yvonne Heiss's art's great, too.
Mm-hmm. Spoilers. Earth is in the Phantom Zone somehow.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to see what happens with that.
Yeah. Yeah. The concepts are high. The concepts are good. I'm just not excited.
Dialogue's good. Art's good.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
It's a go, though, for me. Is that weird?
No, I would say it's the same for me.
I missed Peter Tomasi's, like, the heartstrings. Dude, my heartstrings were not pulled. And maybe I'm done. Maybe I don't need to have my heartstrings pulled anymore. Now, maybe I need something more high concept.
Yeah.
I'm willing to write it out. I just didn't love all of it. And I don't like Brian Bendis's Flash. Like, if you read his characterization, he's all, he's very poopy, like farty, jokey type of guy. And I'm like, that doesn't mesh well with...
And he suggested Portland for the location of the Fortress of Solitude.
Stupid. Like...
Well, it's kind of funny, though, because that's where Bendis is from, right?
I don't know.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't love that the Flash was the one quipping like that. I don't love that. I don't think it fits for Barry Allen.
Yeah, it's more of a Wally West. But,
but even not how they're characterizing him right now either.
Yeah.
So, I would agree it's a go for me.
Yeah, go. Superman is a go. Want to talk about Flash 50?
Yeah, Flash 50. So, we've been reading it. Haven't talked about it on the show, but Flash... Was it 47?
We're ashamed of it. Matt is a Flash appreciator, but he's kind of hiding his Flash appreciation.
It's a 3-part, 4-part?
Yeah.
Something like that. It was good. I think it's interesting to kind of expand the mythos to include other forces. Like, so the Speed Force barrier was broken. And so now you have the Strength Force, the Sage Force, and the Still Force.
Yeah.
Sounds a little Captain Planet-ish to me.
Well, it was almost like, is this like the Green Lantern version of Flash?
Yeah, and so it's that part of it, I'm like, that's fine. The concepts, I think, were fine. I think to see the character growth of Wally West finally kind of choosing to remember everything, even though it was going to hurt him, I think is good. That gets us somewhere else. I still don't care for Josh Williamson's dialogue at moments. And this was advertised the end of last year, beginning of this year. And it was like the Flash War. Who will end up being the Flash? That question was never answered. Nope. They never actually fought each other.
Yeah.
They argued a little bit.
We have ideals.
And so that part to me, I was like, I had a feeling like you were never going to deliver on that.
Yeah.
And it's a dumb thing to say, like, which one is really the Flash? I was like, you're not going to choose that. Yeah. Like, I just know you're not going to choose that. So that was not my favorite, but I think the ideas and the concepts were good. I still don't love this team, even though Howard Porter and Hi-Fi did a solid job on the them. Art. So Porter. it was just a go for me, and really just barely, honestly. Although I do love the fact that randomly, again, not connected at all, but Bart Allen is back.
That was...
So
that
which is
was
good
really
because
cool.
I like that character.
Yeah.
But again, that didn't make me like the story anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
don't
really...
know. You?
It was an enjoyable Flash story. I really liked seeing Howard Porter, and I agree with you about everything. Like with Josh Williamson, like he's just
As you should.
as
Agree
I should.
with me about everything.
I will submit to your Flash authority. You appreciator of Flash. The fun thing for me was seeing Bart Allen back. I'm like, oh, is he going to be Impulse? Obviously.
Oh yeah. He had the Impulse
Yeah,
costume.
he had the
on.
Impulse. He didn't have the Kid Flash suit from when he was in Teen Titans. Obviously, then that would be a whole other issue with like all these Kid Flashes everywhere. So
Totally.
Impulse.
He
I'm
was
excited
good
to see him.
though.
Yeah.
Dude, another thing that brought it, actually, I enjoyed, excuse me, in this, as like part of the outcome of this story, like moving forward, is the fact that time travel is no longer an option for the Flashes. Like, I was like,
that's weird.
again, I think you're writing yourself into a corner. That makes me interested to see what the story possibilities are.
Yeah, I'm definitely...
Because I think it gets misused a lot, honestly, in Flash storytelling. It's like almost too easy.
I want Flash to die. I want Barry Allen to die. I just want Wally West to be Flash again. Take us back to...
Whatever, man.
Yeah. Barry Allen's boring. So that's my
It's
thoughts.
not.
That's my thoughts.
That's your opinion. That's your prejudice.
It's a bat cave. So that's all I got. That's all I got.
A bat cave.
All right.
All right.
You
Man,
good?
Rapid
Man,
fire.
so many comics, dude.
A lot of comics. We
did
haven't
have
talked
a
about
lot of
comics in like
comics.
3 weeks.
Dude, it's been a while. It's been a long time.
There's
Matt
probably
Ritchie.
even some more of those that I didn't even
Yeah.
remember to talk about. Gideon Falls, I've kept reading more of that, and that's been really good.
Yeah, you kept reading more than it was already released. You're like, I'm reading past what's there.
Well, since we last talked about it,
Yeah.
I think issue like 3 or 4.
Yeah, we finished Kill or Be Killed as well.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
a
have to do
wrap.
a show about that coming
Yeah,
up.
we'll talk about that on a show, but not today because Daredevil's riding a horse.
And it's time to go to sleep.
It's time to go to sleep. All right, guys. Matt Ritchie, how can people find you?
I mean, if they want to talk to me on social media, that'd be preferable than them actually finding me in person.
What is your address? What is your cross streets? What is your zip code?
At Matt Ritchie on Twitter.
Awesome.
Let's talk.
I am J_Rocka. You can find the show at Let's Go Comic Show on Twitter and Instagram. You can go to the website at www.letsgopodcast.com. You can go on Patreon and go patreon.com/letsgopodcast and be a part. Give us some money, and then we'll give you some stuff, and then you'll be a part of the show and make it better. And then also, finally, leave us a 5-star review and a positive comment. Do that. Put it on the old podcast app. On
The old
podcast app. That would be a great time. Please do that, because if you do that, we'll read your comments on the show.
Yes, we will.
And it'll be fantastic. And you'll feel good about yourself. We'll feel good because we'll read it. And we'll go, oh, look at someone wrote something nice. And then we'll show our wives, and they'll say, oh, so when you guys do hang out really late on Wednesdays,
does that
it's
do
worth
anything?
it.
Does it mean anything?
People have given you value and stuff.
I mean,
So-
there's a lot to live up to. I mean, because we still have our most recent review was our haiku
From Jay,
gift from Jay.
which doesn't even count because he already left the review and he just changed it because he
It's
wanted
still
us.
good though.
Let's-
Don't discount the haiku.
I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying, like,
Jay, he keeps trying to discount the haiku, and I just want you to know I appreciate it.
Let's Go Comic Show. It's a gotta go, my friends. Trash juice? I think not. There you go. Wise words. So please top that. Somebody top that. And if you do it in another country, we'll do that as well. So there you go.
I don't know why it matters if you're in this country.
Well,
or
because
not,
it
but-
doesn't post in the U.S. iTunes store.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
what
was
that
like-
meant. Oh,
It's like even if you're in
see?
another country, I'm like, gosh, dude, you
Yeah.
have to call it out. But
No, not like that. Like I like our international listeners. Jim Bob SquarePants, how you doing, buddy? Good dude, good man.
Yes.
Yeah. And here's what I like is when we do make a suggestion, he'll say, "I read that and it was good." And so
There you go.
And there we go. And so I appreciate the interactiveness of people who listen. So there we go. All right. That being said, my name is Justin.
I'm Matt.
Let's go.
Let's go.